So, Miss Macleod, tell us what happened.
As you both know, my father was murdered. I came back from Japan to go to his funeral.
But that's not what you did, Miss Macleod. You started your own investigation into your father's death.
I inherited my father's detective agency, and I'm licensed to practice in this state.
Yes, we know. We also know that you were in Japan working security for the Sato Corporation. Pretty nice job for a girl like you.
As opposed to a man, you mean?
What are you, one of those feminists?
What if I was? And what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
I apologize for my partner, Miss Macleod. We do not mean to offend you. We're only here to try to get to the bottom of this situation and find out what happened. Now, would you please continue?
As I started to say, I came back from my father's funeral and I went to his office. I started to go through his personal things to find clues to his death.
What's that?
Microfilm.
What's it doing in there?
I don't know, but if Dad hid it, it's gotta be important.
So, Kamiko is your sister from your father, but you don't have the same mother.
Yes. My father was stationed in Japan after the war, where he met her mother and they married. She later died, so he brought Kamiko back to the US. He met my mother soon after.
Wow, your father was a busy man.
What was on the microfilm, Miss Macleod? Do you still have it?
No, I didn't look at it, and no, I don't have it anymore. As you both know, my sister was kidnapped.
Don't move.
A woman called me later and said she wanted to exchange Kamiko for the film. I agreed, to a certain extent.
What does that mean?
It means I didn't trust the situation. So I did what I always do.
Which was what?
I took control.
So, you are Detective John Decker, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. You mind telling me what all this is?
We'll ask the questions here, Detective. So, we understand that you were assigned to the Alexander Macleod murder case.
That's right.
Well, we just want to get a read of the incident that occurred and find out what happened at the warehouse.
You know what happened. It's in my report on your desks.
Yeah, but we want to hear it from you directly, Detective. Now, as I understand it, you and your partner, Detective Sally Beretta, were following the daughter of the victim, a Miss Jade Macleod.
That's right.
Yeah, why were you and your partner following her? Is she some kind of suspect?
No, she wasn't a suspect. We had no clues to follow, and rather than sit around doing nothing, we decided to do something.
Why?
Because she's some kind of security expert, and she had already started an investigation of her father's death.
Didn't you tell her it was a police matter and to stay clear?
You don't advise her of anything. That girl won't listen. No, she's one of them feminists.
Sounds like you don't like her that much.
No, she's all right. She's got a lot more balls than guys who wear badges, I know.
All right, now, you and your partner were following her. And then?
We followed her to a park on 23rd Street. She did a blind drop, a letter in a trash can. We watched. Guy comes along, picks up the envelope. We follow him. Turns out she's also tailing him, and he leads the whole parade to the warehouse.
So what happened next, Detective?
Once we got to the warehouse, we figured we could cover more ground if we split up, since we still didn't know what we were walking into.
Don't you think you should have called it in?
We did call it in, just not for backup. We figured calling in our location would be enough until we figured out what was going on. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea.
All right. I'll go there. You head over that way.
What the hell is wrong with her? What the hell is wrong with you?
She can't answer you with her mouth taped shut.
Take this.
You fucking idiot! Can't you do anything right?
Freeze!
What the fuck? Who are you?
Never mind who I am. Take your gun slowly out with your left hand and drop it on the ground.
Look, baby, I don't know who you think you are.
Last warning.
see you.
We're not out of the woods yet. I don't know who else is in here, but they heard those gunshots. We gotta move.
Bree? Nice to see you too, little sister.
Another sister?
Yes, an affair my father had during the war. A widow of a friend of his who was killed in action, I believe.
So, what was she doing there, Miss Macleod?
What are you doing here?
Well, I was going to leave, deliver this envelope to my employers, but then I saw that those two idiots let you follow them here. So I couldn't resist a little family reunion.
You're working for these bastards?
Why not? Their money is just as good as everyone else's.
They killed father. They kidnapped Kamiko. How could you do this to your own family?
You people aren't my family. The only family I ever had was my mother, and none of you cared about her or me, so don't talk to me about family!
Bree, we can hash this out later. Just let me get Kamiko out of here.
Oh, you're not going anywhere. Not until we finish that little fight we had.
You mean the test the teacher put us through? That was 15 years ago. We were kids. It was a draw.
It was only a draw because teachers stopped us before we could figure out who was best.
This is ridiculous. I'm not going to fight you.
Yeah, Jade. You are. Because that is the only way that you and Kamiko are getting out of here alive. And winner takes the prize.
Don't do it, Jade. She's crazy.
You still carry it. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me.
Don't interfere. If I lose, get the hell out of here.
You
have no honor. Resorting to your dirty tricks? What about her?
Shouldn't we call the cops or something?
No,
Why?
because she's still our sister. Let's go.
So that's it? You let her go and you didn't call law enforcement?
My main concern was getting my sister to safety.
This whole thing sounds like something from a Republic serial.
Well, that's all I have to say about this, Sue.
What about the microfilm?
As I said, it was never recovered.
Well, that's all for now, Miss Macleod. Thank you very much. If we need any more information, we'll be in touch. Thank you very much for your time. How did this affect your career?
They took my badge and my gun. They didn't like me being a woman detective anyway, especially a woman with dark skin. They just used it as an excuse to get rid of me. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, it's me. Well, we questioned everyone. And unfortunately, we seem to be running into a brick wall. Can't find anything out. But what I would suggest is keeping this girl under surveillance. We may find something out yet. Right. She's up to something. We'll have to see what. Great. I'll keep you informed if anything comes up. Right.
Thank you.